Okay, welcome everyone to April's Oil Hub. We're glad you could join us on this sunny bank holiday Monday. And we've got some lovely blooming, we've got a blooming theme today with lots of florals and citrus to bring us into spring. Um, I'm not sure if Jules is around, so we'll make a start with we've got Deborah that's going to talk about a new essence called Elevate Essence. She's going to talk about that. Then we've got Alison talking about the Restful Blend. And then because it's springtime, we're often out in the garden sorting stuff out. We're maybe spring cleaning in the house. So we're going to talk about how we can spring clean our bodies from within using little techniques that we can cleanse, whether we want to do a full-blown cleanse or just little things every day that can really help our body systems work better and get rid of some of that dust and debris in the body and just help our bodies work a bit better. So if we start with Deborah, if anyone can see Jules, just let me know and we'll bring her on after. So I'll just spotlight you, Deborah, and we'll move on to Deborah.
So we have a beautiful new oil blend for the month of April, and it's called Elevate Essence. Now, if somebody loved Elevation, which was discontinued a couple of years ago, this is going to be the next best thing to it. It has a host of beautiful oils in there, some of them incredibly expensive oils. Um, as I mentioned, it is a limited time offer for the month of April. And it is so beautiful. We've got so many different blends of oils in. We've got beautiful citrus, we've got beautiful florals, and we've got beautiful wood oils. And I feel if you like a blend of lovely citrusy wood oils, then you're going to love this. And inside, there are a host of oils such as Melissa's in there. We've got beautiful Hawaiian sandalwood. We've got Amyris, which is a West Indian sandalwood. There's so many beautiful citruses in there. Rachel,
Yes, can you see that screen, Deborah?
I can see the Did You Love Elevation in the past?
Okay. Oh, your screen sharing is paused. Resume. Sorry.
No, that's okay. But there are beautiful oils in here.
Yeah. I wonder why it's paused. Admit. Let me stop sharing and I'll just share it again. On that page. Yeah, I wondered why. I thought I can see it. Nobody else can. Can
No.
you see that? Okay. Yeah. Is that okay?
Perfect. So what's inside? So we've got some core oils, we've got some lavender, tangerine, orange, and then we've got things like Melissa, ylang ylang, osmanthus, Hawaiian sandalwood, and then we've got coriander, clary sage. So there's a host. So if you imagine beautiful florals, beautiful woods, and beautiful citrus. Now you may be wondering, what are those going to do for us? Well, when we think of woods, we think of incredibly calming, relaxing, grounding. When we think of floral, we think of very balancing for our mood and emotions. When we think of citrus, we think of energizing and uplifting. And on the next slide, we're going to see how we're going to use these. So we can, with fractionated coconut oil, we can pop it on our wrists, on our pulse points, the back of our neck. I actually, smelling it, I actually would wear it as a perfume. It's absolutely a beautiful blend. And we can diffuse. It's going to like create a lovely springtime aroma. That's what I would say to everybody. So whether we need to be energized, more focused, or more grounded and calm, this is a really beautiful blend. Got so many lovely things in there. It's £42.25 pence wholesale. But if you imagine if we had to buy all these oils, even the Melissa, there'll be hundreds and hundreds of pounds worth. It's two per account. And I would definitely recommend if it's something that you think you really would like, because it is a limited time offer while stocks last, now is the time to buy it.
Thank you very much, Deborah. And you've just received your
Yeah.
essence. today. What's your opinion of that
You
new?
know what? I'm not a wood person, but I think because you can smell it all, you can smell it super citrusy. I feel uplifted when I smell it. You can smell florals, you can smell wood, but I have to say, combined, I feel it's just like a masterclass of the most beautiful scents of oils, and it's not incredibly overpowering. So if somebody wanted to use this as a perfume, then they most definitely could. But think of a kind of like springtime bloom, and then you've got this beautiful blend.
Yeah, that sounds lovely. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's available. I think while stocks last, isn't it?
It
Yeah,
is.
said that. Yeah, two per account. Okay, we're gonna move on to Alison now. If that's okay. Jules is just gonna pop in and out of the room. I think she's gonna technical. Oh, wait a minute, she's here. She is here. Just let her get settled in. Hey, here she is. Hello, Jules. Are you
I don't
okay?
know what happened there. I
Oh,
literally
don't
logged
worry.
on about 20 past and it just said
Yeah.
I was in the waiting room.
Oh, and we saw you in the room. It was weird. Anyway, without further ado, if you're okay to start.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely fine. I've had a
Well,
bit more time to think
you've had some
about
more
it.
time to prepare. Over to Jules, the lovely citrus bloom.
Mm. Yes, so we have Citrus Bloom The Touch as the product of the month this month. So that means if you, for anybody new, if you have a loyalty rewards program set up, so that means a monthly um, order. If you order over 125 PV, which is doTERRA's currency, which is approximately £125, then you would get the Citrus Bloom this month. And it's a beautiful blend of wild orange, grapefruit, lavender, Roman chamomile, and magnolia. So it's the blend of new beginnings or springtime blend, which is lovely as it's springtime. We've had a I live in the southwest. We've had a very, very wet, grey winter, and the last couple of weeks we've had some beautiful, beautiful springtime days. And it is like the gardens and everything has come back to life. It is like a metamorphosis, and that's what this blend can help us with. So if we look at the emotional side of it. So, as we said, it's the blend of new beginnings. So, why do we say that? Well, it can support us in times of transition, helping to gently clear stagnant or stuck energy and move you forward with lightness. So, it's a very uplifting blend. It encourages you to honour where you've come from, so not be regretful, but be gentle in letting go of the past and have compassion as well towards ourselves. It brings a sense of excitement. So we should be excited. It may be a change that's been forced upon us or a different pathway that's been forced upon us, but we should be excited about the change because it can lead to growth and we should be excited for what's ahead. Reminding you that every new path is an opportunity to grow, to discover and step into who you're becoming. So really is a time of, of personal growth. When you're feeling unsure, stuck, or held back by the past, citrus gloom, citrus bloom, it's not gloom, citrus bloom helps you move forward with optimism and purpose. So, when is it especially helpful? So, during life's changes or new seasons, when feeling stuck, heavy, or emotionally blocked, if you're holding on to regret um or you're holding on to the past, when you need a lift, it really is an uplifting blend in mood or fresh perspective and to reconnect with joy, excitement and possibility. And how can we use it? So we can diffuse, well, it would be nice if we could diffuse it, but unfortunately all we have is the touch. We don't have in Europe we don't have the actual blend. but we can use it topically, so we can use it over our heart, on the wrists, around the navel, and emotionally, it will help shift feelings of stagnation, guilt, or being stuck. It encourages joy, optimism, adventure, and personal growth. So it really is a beautiful one. And I got this one, I think, in a BOGO maybe a couple of years ago, and I don't think it's been on offer since. So it's really one that if you like that citrus floral uplifting, it really is a beautiful blend, then this is really a time to get it because it's not available very often here in Europe. So yeah, so that's the lovely citrus bloom.
Thank you so much for that, Jules. It really is a special one, and I said to you before, I want it to be a permanent product because I know that every time it comes on, everyone's like, "I really need to get some of that. I need to top up the citrus bloom." Such a unique, lovely one. If you like Citrus Bliss, this is just extra floral, but such an uplifting one and a great perfume touch to have
Mm.
in your handbag. Just a nice little flagrant fragrance. It smells like a bag of sweets.
Yeah, a bit like fruit polos, I thought,
Oh, fruit polos. That's a blast from the past, isn't it?
when I was allowed them.
Oh, fantastic. So we're going to move on to Alison with the restful blend. Alison, I'll just spotlight you and then I'll share the screen.
Yeah, so Rachel's got a couple of slides and I'm going to sort of talk in the background. So I'm talking about Serenity, which is the restful blend. And as it says there on the screen, it's lavender, sweet marjoram, Roman chamomile, lang lang, Hawaiian sandalwood, cedarwood, vetiver, and vanilla. And this is one that I use all the time. It's one of my favorites. I think I probably use it more than even like Balance and Adaptive, which I also like for reasons I'll reveal in a moment. But yeah, it often you think of it as the nighttime blend because it comes in the capsules for sleep and things like that. But it is actually a very useful oil for the full day. So when I began my oil journey and I had my first kit of 10 oils, so on a night time, as I was getting ready for bed, trying to relax, I do like the breathing exercises with, say, like a drop of lavender, or sometimes a drop of lavender, a drop of wild orange. But it never quite hit the spot. I never quite relaxed. I find it very hard to relax. So it's like, in a way, it's like lavender's bigger sister in a way. It still has those lavender sort of undertones in it, but because of the extra added ingredients, it gives it that little bit of extra oomph. So I have mental chatter. If anybody else has mental chatter, they'll know exactly what I mean. From the moment my eyes open in the morning, my brain is not quiet. I can't understand when people say that they sit quietly and you're like, well, what's going through your head? Nothing. I don't understand that at all because my mind is constantly racing or planning conversations I'm going to have 3 weeks from now and all sorts of things. So I'm always switched on. I find it very hard to relax, possibly ADHD, but I haven't gone down that route to find out whether or not it's official. So when it comes to me going to sleep, it's very hard, obviously, to quieten my mind. It's a challenge. So, like I say, I started with the lavender and it never fully worked. So then one of the oils I used to use during the day that Rachel had mentioned to me was vetiver. And that is an oil that it does calm the chaos in my mind. And you have to slow down just to get it out of the bottle. Anyone who's used vetiver, you wait about half an hour for one drop to come out. But it's a woody, caramelly smell, and obviously it's not always everyone's cup of tea. But that's why the Serenity is great because it's got the lavender in it. but it's also got the vetiver in as well, which I found really helped. And then with it having like the Lang Lang magic, the caramel, it's more not florally as such, but it does lift that sort of heavy woody scent. So I find with the Serenity, if I use it first thing in the morning and just take a few breaths, I can just, it helps me when I'm trying to process everything I've got to do in the day or the week, the month, the year, it just helps me calm that down a little bit before I set out on my day, on my tasks. And then again, during the day, if you ever feel overstimulated, you sometimes it's not even if you've got children, just generally people, this, that, the other, can you just, your whole brain, it's like, again, just sit down with a drop, the breathing exercises, maybe a drop of wild orange if you just want a bit of a pick me up as well. And use that quiet moment just to kind of gather your thoughts, reset, stop overthinking everything, trying to replan everything because you had a plan. And then suddenly you think, no, hang on a minute. Well, if I do that first and I go around here, and I mess my own plans up. So it just gives me that moment again. And I feel it, like it says, the stress and the anxiety, the restlessness, it just brings it back down. And then at night, it's a great one to put into the diffuser in the living room, especially if my little boy's also a bit hyper before bed. That just calms us all down. But then nighttime now, I've kind of gone up a gear. The Serenity Stick, this also has valerian in it. And valerian can be very potent and is known for causing drowsiness. So this isn't one to use during the day. But I pop it like on my wrists, on my pulse point, sometimes a little bit on my chest as well. And try and breathe it in off my wrists and just again do the breathing exercise, calm down. In the sleep protocol, which Rachel also has a slide of, it does mention the capsules. And that's a case of taking one capsule 30 minutes before bed. And then if you find you're not dropping off to sleep or you wake up during the night, you can take another one. But I would say a little bit of caution with those because having a small child, if they get up in the middle of the night, I can't function if I take them. But there's like a combination of that and either the lavender and Serenity and breathing again, the breathing exercise, but also cutting off your devices and things like that, maybe reading a book, sort of changing gear in your brain. I do find this very, very handy. And obviously just use a drop of carrier oil with it as well. So it's kind of a personal testimonial along with the information.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much. It's always nice to get a personal experience, and I've never heard of using Serenity in the morning, but it makes so much sense if you wake up with a chattery mind to start the morning more restful. So yeah, thank you for that tip. So if anyone experiences the same, then you can try the same as Alison and start off in a restful way rather than in a manic chattery way. I love that. This oil trial protocol is something that we use for people that struggle with sleep. So if you want to sort of take a screenshot, or we can send it you later, it's a good little reminder of the three things that we use. So internally, the soft gels, and then using Serenity, like Alison said, and or lavender, applying a few drops to your hand, breathing in before you go to bed, put it over your heart, like Alison said, on your feet, pillow, and just doing them deep breathing exercises. And the key to this is repeat. So even if you wake in the night, do the same again, breathe it in, and then your brain will start to notice the scent, and it will associate the scent with the restfulness. So it's called aromatic anchoring. So you can start to your brain's very clever. It's like, oh, so I need to go back to sleep now. And it may take a few days, but it's very, very effective, we've found. So
that definitely is what works for me, is the fact that it's now consistent. That smell associates with my brain needing to be quiet, shut down, go to sleep.
Brilliant.
But it's taken repeated usage.
Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, if anyone struggles with either getting to sleep or waking up in the night and not getting back to sleep, that might be something to try. A little tip there. Thank you so much, Alison, for your experience. Okay, so now we're just going to move on to our little spotlight for the month, and we're going to talk about cleansing from within. Bear with me. Before I do that, I will mention, so Jules has mentioned the free product of the month, which you can get on LRP, and there's one more product that we can get with 10% off, and that is the Aroma Touch blend. So if it's an oil that you haven't got or you need to top up, this is the massage blend. It's great for circulation, attention, anything like that. It's like Deep Blue's anti. Deep Blue's anti. It's just a fantastic one. If you want your house to smell like a spa, then pop this in the diffuser. I think it's just a great one. So yeah, it's a nice alternative to Deep Blue sometimes, a bit lighter, a bit more fun. The fun anti. Great for any tension, great as massaging. You can pop it in your Epsom salts in a jar, so you've got a selection of things to add to your bath. If you struggle with restless legs or anything like that, just pop it on in with some carrier oil and rub it into your legs, ankles, knees. Really good one. As it says there, marjoram and cypress are a power duo for helping to repair and increase circulation to promote muscle repair and things like that. If you are a runner or you exercise or you physical worker, then this is an ideal one to use before and after work at the end of the day as well. So 10% off, it's a good time to take advantage of that. Right, so that's that done. That's all the offers, and then I'll move on to our little spotlight. Here we are. Okay, hope you can all see that. Some little ways that we can gently cleanse our body and also our emotions as well. So some signs that you may need a gentle detox. Some things here. It could be skin issues. It could be feeling sluggish in the morning, bit of brain fog, feeling bloated, heavy, energy crashes, puffy face. Your skin feels congested, bowels are a bit blocked, things like that. You may need a bit of a gentle cleanse. I know for me, before I went on a cleanse about a year or two ago, I had some blemishes around my middle, and I thought, this doesn't seem right. I feel like I need a liver cleanse. So I did do that, and the blemishes cleared. So sometimes our skin is a really good map to what's going on in our body, and if we are a little bit more blemished than usual, maybe a sign that we need to get rid of some toxins and give a bit of a cleanse. So why cleanse? Our body is designed to detox every day, and it does it really well. Our liver, our kidneys, our gut, and our lymphatic system are all working constantly. And the reason that we do gentle cleansing is because of our modern life, it adds an extra load to our body, doesn't it? Sorry, I don't think it shared that. It says sharing is paused. Can you see? 1 second. Resume. Dum, dum. I'll try again, bear with me. Sorry, technical issues here. Might need technical support in a minute. Okay, present. Oh, it says your screen sharing is paused. Can anyone tell me what they can see on the screen? Can they see anything?
Why cleanse?
Why cleanse with a little house at the bottom?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, I don't know why it said it's paused. And if you don't, I'll say when it's the next screen, and if you can't see it, just let me know, please. Thank you. Right. So yeah, so the reason we do cleanse is because of our modern diet adds extra things, doesn't it? So even though our body does a good job at cleansing, there's extra load with stress, processed foods. We maybe sit down more, not have enough water or fiber. There's toxins all around us, isn't there, in our food and what we take in. There's household toxins and pollutants all around us. So a gentle cleanse, it's not about extremes. It's maybe something that can really support whether it's our digestion, elimination, and just feeling lighter in our body. When we think of the home, maybe we've got a bit cluttered at times in our home. There's things on the stairs, there's things in the doorway, dust in the corners, in the entryways, there's clutter. And there's things you don't notice because you just think, that's normal. But that on the stairs will be there in 2 weeks' time. So it's the same with our body. We just get used to things. And if we can clear some of those pathways in our body, just like in a house, things will flow better, won't they? And things will work and function better. So it's not about extremes. It's not about just drinking cucumber water all day and starving yourself. It's just about helping our body systems run a bit smoother. And there's simple ways that we can do that. I'm going to move on to the next screen and I hope you can see it. Yeah, why we need to cleanse regularly. Can we all see that?
No.
Not yet. Okay. If not, I can just talk about it anyway. Let me know if you can.
Seems to be a canvas screen that we can see as opposed to having launched properly.
Oh, I see, Anne. Yes. I think it's something to do with what I've... Is it only small?
Yeah.
Right.
Like when Deborah was doing, it's the same smaller picture.
Okay, right. Okay. I'll So can you see the previous screen now? What can you see? The last one, why cleanse?
Yeah, like opening your windows.
Oh, opening the windows, right. Okay. Well, what I'll do, I'll just try and share again. Content only, side by side. Let's try side by side. Share. And
Yeah, that's what we could see, only slightly bigger.
okay, so can you see why cleanse regularly?
It's ever so tiny.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's so annoying, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I'll just carry on. And I'll send you the ebook at the end. Why we need to cleanse regularly, because as we said, our body has built-in systems, but sometimes things don't work well. But what's happening normally is our liver's filtering all the time, processing things. Our kidneys are balancing fluids and flushing waste out. Our gut is eliminating waste regularly, daily, hopefully. Our lymphatic system clears leftovers, and our skin and lungs support daily elimination too. So cleansing means we can support these systems even better. Even if we eat quite well, our body still has to deal with things like processed foods, additives, stress hormones, that creates toxins as well, low movement, sitting a lot, not enough water or fiber, environmental exposure, breathing in things that we don't want to, but we don't have no choice sometimes. So these can leave us feeling, like we said before, puffy, sluggish, bloated, heavy, etc., etc. So body systems that help us detox. We've got our digestive system. That's one way we can detox. And the way it does that, it breaks down food and it removes the waste through regular bowel movements. This helps us to feel lighter and less bloated. Have you ever felt heavy if you've been sluggish, you've not had a bowel movement for a while? There's nothing worse, is there? So we really want to get things moving. And that's one of the ways we can do it, through a good, healthy, functioning digestive system. Our liver breaks down toxins, hormones, alcohol, and medication. So you can see these things can weigh it down. So we could reduce our alcohol, reduce any unnecessary medication, and help to support its production and the way it can filter. Our kidneys really work well when we have good, steady hydration, and they can help to remove waste through our urine, so we can check the colour of our urine to see how well we're doing with that. And our lymphatic system. Now, this is really interesting, isn't it? It clears cellular waste and supports immune function. It moves congestion out of tissues, which helps with puffiness. But it needs movement, breath, and hydration to flow well. It doesn't have a pump, does it? Our lymphatic system. That's why it's so important for us to move about, bounce around, move things around in our skin, body brushing, things like that, to help get everything flowing well. And our skin is a great way to eliminate toxins. Have you ever smelt yourself after doing some exertion, sweating, and you can just feel all them toxins coming out your armpits? Sam was having a quick check, and sometimes that's a really good way. Well, every day, if we can sweat every day, it's a great way to detox, isn't it? It's a really key external cleansing organ is our skin. And it's often linked with healthy hormones as well. So if we can sweat, we can get any excess hormones out the body, and really help that. Our lungs as well are a great way of eliminating toxins. If we can do some really big deep breaths and get out in the fresh air and clear our lungs and help things to move out and move back in, releasing waste gases, that can really help support overall cleansing. Sometimes when we're in the house, maybe we're not open the windows, we're really getting quite stuck and sluggish. So get your windows open. I think in Germany they call it burping the house. I don't know if you've heard of this. Do it every morning. Get all the windows open and just burp the house. Get all the stale air out and bring the new air in, and give it a good burp. So that's one way to do it, as well as getting out in the air. So quick safety notes: if you're doing a cleanse, it's not advised for pregnant or breastfeeding. If you're on medications or you have complex health conditions, check with a professional before you enter into a cleanse. And if you are particularly, maybe you've got a complex issue, start low and slow if sensitive, and always follow the product labels. If you've done cleanses before and you're familiar with it, then you can go ahead as normal. So this is doTERRA's Cleanse and Restore regime, and you can take bits from it as you wish, but it really supports all the organs that we've mentioned. So first of all, it's a 30-day cleanse, and you can pick bits out of it. So for example, you may do this already, or maybe this is one thing that you can do for the next month to really support things. So lemon essential oil is a really key helper with supporting our kidneys. It encourages hydration. And the glutathione, which is an antioxidant, because it's high in limonene, so it's an antioxidant support, it can really help our detox pathways. So citrus oils, not just lemon, but including lemon, supports glutathione production, which is a key antioxidant in helping to support that. So healthy bioflow in our digestion, and the aroma helps our mood as well. So that limonene is really key to support our detox pathways. So a couple of drops in a glass of water taken throughout the day is just going to really help to cleanse our systems. So that's a really good way. So even if that's all you do for the rest of the month, your body will really thank you for that. And you can use all the citrus oils that you have there: wild orange, grapefruit, green mandarin. The other oils are really high in limonene as well. And now we've got Terrazyme, so we're talking about supporting the digestion. And this is that you would take this for the full month as well as part of the plan. And I'll send you the graphic at the end, which is giving you the breakdown of days 1 to 10 if you want to follow it loosely or fully. So Terrazyme works at breaking down your food better, promoting smoother elimination. It breaks the food into smaller particles, and it reduces bloating and heaviness. And we found that it helps to lift undigested food. There's less fermentation in the gut, less gas. If there's any food that's been lurking around, it helps to break it down in the gut and digestive tract. It helps the body use food for energy instead of feeling sluggish. It's a bit like having a cleaner in your house is Terrazyme. It does a lot of the systems, a lot of the processes, because sometimes we don't have enough enzymes generally in our body. So having Terrazyme just helps with our energy in general, because it's not stealing our digestive enzymes to process the digestion, and it can work more efficiently. So with enzymes, digestion moves smoothly and you have a lighter feeling. They don't detox you directly, but they help digestion run smoothly so your body can absorb nutrients. Without enough enzymes, the digestion slows, the food sits longer, you've got more bloating, more fermentation and sluggishness. So it really just kickstart your digestion. So lemon and Terrazyme would be two brilliant ones to start with, even if you did nothing else. I use these every day, and I'm sure a lot of us do take these. You can take it with food. Start slow, start with one capsule a day and build it up if you're not used to Terrazyme. And soon you'll be taking 20 a day. I'm joking. Like Sammy. Okay. And then another a really good product that doTERRA does is really exceptional is this, and for a while it was out of stock. It's a Zendocrine detoxification complex, and what it does, it's like a magnet in helping to draw and pull some of those toxins out. It's got some whole food extracts, and it helps to aid cleansing and filtering of the liver, kidneys, colon, and skin. Each of the botanical extracts, as you can see in there, we've got milk thistle, burdock, dandelion. Some of them have been swapped out, psyllium husk, kelp, leaf powder. All these things have been chosen because of its use to support the whatever organ it's selected to filter and support its capacity to rid any toxins in that area. So a really good one to use. One capsule a day, build up to 2, and that's for the full 30 days if you wish to do this kind of cleanse. And if you just feel in general you want to do a cleanse, then you could do it for 10 days as well, and just see how you get on. Along with that, we've got the Zendocrine, which is the oil blend. So it's not the whole food extracts like the other one. This is got tangerine, rosemary, geranium, juniper, and cilantro. So it supports the detoxification system and cleanses and helps to cleanse the body of free radicals that can slow the body down. So this is a great one to use, and the complex that we mentioned is a bit like it's like a brush and shovel, shall we say. It's like one can help brush things along and the other can help draw it out, if you will. So the two work really well together. However, this on its own is a wonderful product. If you've got the oil, you can use it in bath salts and have a detox bath. You can put it in a herbal tea and have detox tea. You can dry body brush with it and help the skin to detox that way. Lots of lovely ways to use it. If you didn't want to do the full cleanse, just take elements of these products and use it as you wish. And now we've got, and I remember Sammy told me this a long time ago, the scrubbing brush for the gut. And that's the GX Assist, also known as the Exorcist, in helping to rid things out of the body. It creates an unfriendly environment for things that may be lurking. Think of parasites and all sorts of nasty things in the gut that are not welcome. So we've got there tea tree, oregano, lemongrass, thyme. We've got caprylic acid, which was from coconut oil. And all this can really help to disrupt, in a good way, the digestive tract. And this is used only for 10 days. It's quite a strong capsule to use, so beware if you're on any medication. Take one soft gel with your evening meal. Usually by the next day when you wake up, you will experience something. And then once you've cleansed your gut with this, then you'll, after 10 days, you feel, obviously you would have felt the effects in whatever way. There's different symptoms that you may have, and just, yeah, after the 10 days, the next thing to do is to put back what's been lost. So you're restoring, really. So it's like you've had a clean out and now you're putting the good stuff back in with the PB Restore. Can anyone see the PB Restore screen? So no. That's a shame. I'll send you the ebook at the end. But yeah, so the PB Restore is the all the good probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics, and that just helps to fill the digestive tract with all the good stuff back after you've had that cleanse. So a really good protocol to use. And then following that, along with the PB Restore, we'd take the DDR Prime, which is the renewing blend, which helps to basically support the body's ability to repair and strengthen at a cellular level. We know the cells are, everything starts with the cells, doesn't it? So if we can keep our cells healthy and functioning well, that can really help our resilience as well. So that is the 30-day cleanse. I'll just see if I can share very quickly the entire protocol, if you can see it, and if not, I'll just share it in the groups at the end, so you've got it to keep and you can have a proper look rather than me just talking about it. Okay, can anyone see the 30-day cleanse there?
We can see the word renew with the bottle and the DDR Prime on the right.
Oh, right. Okay, so that was the last slide. And I see what you mean, yeah. I can see what I can see now. And this is the next screen here. Okay, so this is the 30-day cleanse. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes. So that just gives you an idea. Is it quite small? Yeah. Okay. So days 1 to 30, Terrazyme Zendocrine with the lemon all the way through. Days 1 to 10 is the Zendocrine. Days 11 to 20 is the GX Assist, getting everything out. And then 21 to 30 is the renewal, putting everything back there. So if anyone hasn't done a cleanse before, some people suggest, if you've not done it before, to maybe do even a 90-day cleanse and just gradually do it. I think Becky Bowles says that sometimes if you're not used to it, but generally you can just take what you want out of that. So if you just wanted to try the lemon and Terrazyme, feel free to do that, and just see how you get on. Or if you just feel like you want a gut cleanse and you want to do GX Assist for 10 days and then follow with the PB Restore, that'll give you a nice just a nice way to reset your gut. So lemon's known as the cleanser, Zendocrine the activator, and Terrazyme the deconstructor, helps break food down. GX Assist is the gut sweep, PB Restore is the rebuilder, and DDR Prime is the cell rebuilder, which supports that cellular integrity and resilience there. Yeah, and finally, I'll just see if I can share that. We just wanted to mention as well, we can do this physical cleanse, but there is an emotional cleanse that you can do as well, just with one oil, and it's the Forgive blend. So it's okay to do all this physical cleansing, but what if we're still stuck with our emotions? So if you haven't tried the Forgive blend, it's a real gentle releasing oil to help if you've got a buildup of maybe resentment and anger. It can stagnate us places in our body. And the blends in the Forgive blend helps to sort of just get rid of or help to release some of that anger, bitterness. My bottle's empty. Turn resentment into and judgment into acceptance, and be able to let go and grow. So if you've gone through any grief or anything like that, a Forgive would be a good one to start with, to move on, maybe to Console after that. And you could maybe apply 1 or 2 drops to your hands, breathe it in, take it with you through the day. And that's the way to use it. Just use it, breathe it in regularly through the day, and do it for a week or 2 and see how different it smells from beginning to maybe in 2 weeks' time. Jules has 2 rollers. One at work as well. That's good. And gently release old stories and heavy feelings. Forgive, soften, and move forward with peace, clarity, and renewed sparkle. If anyone does any sort of cleansing the body, sometimes you may have found the emotions come out. I know when I was doing the Zenderqueen bit, I was quite angry. So it was obviously a sign that was something stuck there. So I would definitely recommend doing Forgive along with that, and just be patient with your emotions as well. And also warn your family that you are doing a cleanse, and it's not it's not them, it's you. Maybe do a little diary as well when you're doing it. So I will stop that now and open it up to questions if you've got any, and I'll just read the chat. Thank you all for joining, and those that are watching it on record.